given that government has already set up a fact-finding committee and the purchase of this plot of land has raised queries in different quarters, after consultation with the Prime Minister, I'm widening the scope of the terms of reference of the fact-finding committee.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. At least that's a welcome result. Let me nevertheless go through my questions for the public to know what is happening, because having listened to the Honourable Minister, I know it was not under his watch, it was under the watch of the responsibility of the Prime Minister at the time, but still let's go through it. And having listened to him, Madam Speaker, I am more and more satisfied that he's an arnaque of gigantic proportions, which has cost the SIFB maybe 60 million rupees or more. Let me just one thing. The Honourable Minister has not mentioned the date that the Investment Committee approved this purchase, has gone through it. He has not mentioned the date of the meeting of the board of the Investment Committee.
Madam Speaker, the decision was taken on 28th February 2018.
This is I understand, this is the full board. This is not the board of the Investment Committee. Now the Investment Committee sits on, by itself. Can you confirm that is the full board that is on the 28th?
It is the full board.
Madam Speaker, again, Section 17 says that it is under the recommendation of the Investment Committee. So there was no Investment Committee. We agree on that.
All the investment with regard to properties goes to the full board, what I'm told.
Contrary to Section 17 of the Act, which says that the Board of Directors may, on the recommendation of the Investment Committee, invest. And in this case, there was no Investment Committee, so we have established that, Madam Speaker. Can I again ask the Honourable Minister? I know it's not his fault, but I will go through my questions. Who evaluated the land? Now, as we know, we have to manage a company like this en bon père de famille. You have to take all necessary precautions. It's not your money. It is the petit planteur's money. It is the planteur's money. Now, what was the independent valuer, government valuer? It is a parastatal body, has access to a government valuer. Why was there no independent? I know you are looking behind you. What was the independent valuation carried out? Outside independent valuation, please.
Madam Speaker, first, let me reassure the House that the members of the Investment Committee are members of the board. So I did mention I was about to mention the list of the members of the Investment Committee, but I wasn't allowed to, but they are members of the full board, and that's why the decision to go for the acquisition was taken by the board, which comprised of all the members of the Investment Committee. With regard to the evaluation, like I said, there are sworn land surveyors at the level of the Sugar Insurance Fund, and they are the one who carried out the evaluation, and they came up with a figure of 19 million rupees per arpent of the land that was acquired for 18 million rupees. Despite that, there has been an independent evaluation that was carried out lately, and the name of the valuer, I'm told, is Mr. Let me just okay. The in-house surveyor.
No, please.
The in-house surveyor.
Allow me, Honourable Minister, please sit down. I wish to draw attention of the House that those who are here to help the Minister, they cannot reply for the Minister.
I was just saying, Mr. Ramsey, just to clear the air, the in-house surveyor carried out the valuation, right? And his name is Mr. R. Sadi Rishikumar. Despite that, and that where I mentioned the value was 19 million rupees that he came up with, but we paid 18 million rupees. Despite that, an independent valuer carried out it's Mr. Jitan. He carried out an evaluation lately, and he came up with a value of 20 million rupees for the value of that land per arpent.
We have a board, we have a management there that is obviously not acting, least you can say, as a bon père de famille. This is the principle that he will know also as an accountant. This management should be suspended pending the first inquiry and the extended inquiry. This is what the public expects. This is what the planters expect. And if they are clear out, I'm happy. But likelihood is, Madam Speaker, that there has been maldon of a gigantic scale again in the purchase of this piece of land. So let us all agree, Madam Speaker, that this management ought to be suspended forthwith until the end of the fact-finding committee.
First, let me again inform the House that there was a valuation that was carried out well before the purchase. It was done by the internal land surveyor, competent land surveyors, and it was followed by an independent land surveyor. Not saying that we did the purchase first and then came up with the valuation. First, there was a valuation in-house. Secondly, to give comfort, they went for an independent surveyor.
I am in surprise, Madam Speaker. The minutes quote to one RK Nits doesn't exist. Even RT Nits didn't buy anything there. So you cannot say that you have relied on some internal investigation when the company doesn't exist. It's mentioned twice in the board minute. And Mr. Patrice Howe, I don't want to say his full name, he doesn't appear to have bought any land in the vicinity. So this is what I'm saying to you. Open your eyes. This is not acceptable that this management continues with board minutes that are false with bogus companies.
Madam Speaker, my eyes are wide open, and that is why we have extended the mandate of the fact-finding committee to look into all those allegations so that the truth will come out of it.
Yes.
Well, we'll look into that.